Sweet. Hello and welcome to the End-to-End Football Podcast. It has been a while that you've seen my face. So let me reintroduce myself. It is Abs, it is 10H, standing for 10 ARG. The man over here, don't worry about the results, it's early days, but I'm here backing my boy. Kuda, what you saying? How you feeling?
That is a lot of vim for for a man that just lost his first Premier League game, boy.
Don't worry about it, bro. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. We got it.
Okay.
Got it. I saw some positives, unlike when certain other men were out there. But other than that,
you saw positives in that match.
I saw positives. There was some small ones, but there was some.
Rah, boy. Standards are in the mud over there, boy. If you're seeing positives out of that, boy, that is crazy. All right. I'm intrigued to find out what his positives are, boy. What do you say? First game of the season. I mean, I'm just gonna say my one little piece here before it starts. Before you go, yeah.
Yeah.
All I checked because I was driving, so I couldn't watch the match, yeah. But I just looked at the team sheet and I saw Mark Fred. I was like, how did this man do it?
You know what?
I was like, every manager plays these man.
Bro, there must be something in their contracts because that is the only logical way I can explain how these men still have contracts. Now, don't get me wrong. I didn't mind Fred last season. I would actually hands up say Fred is actually a decent player, right? But McTominay, we could even say McTominay was lucky to still be on the pitch after that ridiculous tackle when he had the ball for 7 seconds. How do you get in a position where it's you have a straight channel to the goal, you have a defender to your left, a defender to your right, a player to the left of the defender to your right, another player just in front of him, and another player to the other side. Then you have a midfielder closing you down. Scott McTominay is in an absolutely brilliant position, and he somehow changes that position because he didn't know what to do, turns to his right, takes an extra touch, and then runs straight into the defender that was coming towards him, that was closing him down, and then smashes him above his ankles. He was lucky that was only a yellow card, and the only reason it was a yellow card because the defender was coming to smash him and then lost, right?
Mad.
That's the only reason he got away with a yellow card, because otherwise that's a red, and I think that's a red. Now, obviously, I'm a United man, so my glasses are on at the day, and I said, you know what? Ref made a good call. But when I think about it realistically afterwards, I'm thinking, yo, that was dangerous. But how do you get to that place from being in an attacking position by yourself, right? But I don't know how he's starting. And I don't think he's starting the next game. Fred being taken off annoyed the hell out of me because McTominay was on a yellow card. I don't know if Fred was on a yellow card. I didn't actually watch the whole game hand in hand. But no, he wasn't on a yellow card. So there was no excuse for taking him off. I think Fred is better than him, and I think Fred's going to hold his position. Eriksen as a false 9, I understood the thinking behind it because you cannot play Rashford as a striker, and you can't start Ronaldo after all the drama he's been giving us. In fact, let's just go into it. Why is Ronaldo still in my team? Right? I don't care if you're a top scorer last season. You have twerked your way for all these other clubs to say no to you, and then you come back to our club and think you should be starting. Putting on Instagram, the king is back. Allow it, son.
That was shameless. He said the king is playing on Sunday, and then
on Sunday
put in a drab performance. Like I was like, bro.
No. I don't want anything to do with it. I'll be honest with you. Him doing that and then still playing and then still making and the thing is, he's making all them silly faces and hand gestures and all the rest. He knows the camera's going to be on him.
Yeah.
Right, when he turns around to Varane and he made that face, he knows the camera's going to take a picture of that. So is that what you're planning to do for the next season with our team? Brother, go.
He's just trying to be a vibe killer because obviously Ten Hag is trying to build a new vibe in it, a new environment.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like trying to get everyone to be on the same page and all this kind of stuff. And he's coming in like, nah, it's all about me, this, that, and the other. It's like,
and that's the thing. And I'm sorry, I have to. I don't really do this very often, but I have to blame Sir Alex Ferguson for this. Because why do you keep making him stay or coming back? The moment you see him signing for someone else, you run into the office. Let's have a word with him. Let the man go. Let the man go. It's like you're married to someone and your wife keeps telling you she wants to get divorced and you keep running back. Babes, let's fix it. Let the man go, bruv. It's not looking good.
Oh my days.
I feel like doing that Costello thing is not
It's a big man thing. It's
Big
not
man
looking
thing.
good, bruv. It's
But
not looking good, bruv.
let's just talk. I don't know how he's there. I don't know why he's there. You just see that any work that Ten Hag is going to do, any information he's going to give to him, like anytime he's going to tell him, hey, brother, you need to track this man or you need to run, he's going to look at him and go, where's your Champions League? Where's your World Player of the Year? You don't need that vibe. You don't need that. You need someone that wants to be there for the team.
He's not even in a position to be having that kind of big chest anyway now, because
everyone said no to you.
Exactly.
Everyone said no to you. Your only option is Saudi Arabia or America.
Well, we know we can go to America.
Bruv, yeah. You can't, innit?
you can't go to America, boy. But yeah.
So,
like I said, yeah, Saudi Arabia or bust, boy.
Bruv, just humble yourself, man. Just humble yourself and put your head down on work. And that's what I'm saying. Like, when Alex Ferguson's coming to do the meeting, you make him more powerful than he needs to be. So it's just that's a mess. That I think that mess needs to be sorted. And I think we've got 2 weeks left on the transfer window, right? I don't mind being a man short if he means he's out. I know what that sounds. I know how crazy that sounds. He scored 20 goals last season. Blah 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 blah. But he was never going to work in this system anyway.
I saw some of your guys saying, "Oh, you guys looked better when he came on," or was it just because
the game had changed? The game has changed because Eriksen. This is the part that I was saying I saw some positive. When Eriksen dropped in midfield, we started balling. We started playing football, right? And all I was thinking in my head is, if he's number one choice striker was there, which is looking like Martial, brother, I'm Martial FC, and I loved everything he was doing in pre-season. But my friend, if you can't stay fit for the season and you can't play 35 games, even I can't defend you. Like, everything was set for him to start this game and be the man for the season, and you go off and get injured. Brother, stop cheating on your wife, stop paying extra money to these side chicks, right? And spend the money on your body, bruv. Get them doctors, get them, I don't know who it is, sort out your body, bruv. It's collapsing on you.
Mad.
Like, sort it out, bruv.
I said stop cheating, you know.
I said what I said, bruv. You don't have the body, you don't have the capacity to handle more than one woman and play football. Clearly, your body's saying, nah, gents, bruv. Yeah, stay where you are.
You guys got nothing to worry about, man. You got Arnautovic coming back, innit? Or coming back to the league.
Listen, the news that I'm hearing.
I said, Funke?
Yo, the news I'm hearing on this Arnautovic, on Rabiot, whatever his name is, from Juventus, the man that turned us down last season and said, "Now I'm going Juventus," when he was on a free. Now we're gonna have to pay money to. No. And let's bro, where do I go? Let's even start with one thing that's been really annoying me. This De Jong deal, right? Man United, right? For most times, we've never looked like sidemen of a club before. This is dragging our name in the mud. The man is owed 17 million from the club he's at. They're going to pay him 3 million a year, right? They don't even want him. And he's still saying, nah, big man, I want to stay here. What? And we're still going, let's chat to you. All right, Ten Hag, talk to him every day on the phone. It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
But do you think it's because, obviously, well, from my views, the reason why he wants to stay is that he wants his peas, isn't it? 17 million.
I don't think so, you know.
They might are telling him, yo, just cut 17 mil. But now they're saying, oh, yeah, by the way, that contract that you signed, yeah, we think there are some dodgy dealings with that. So we're going to take you to court to say that contract is not valid. That's what they're saying now. Can you imagine? They're saying that the renewal that you've done, it's not really it's not really working for us. So, yeah. That's how desperate they are for him to cut and not pay him.
Bro, but here's my thing is, we heard that. Oh, wow. Sorry, excuse me. We heard that. And then I'm hearing that now he's twerking for Chelsea because they have Champions League football.
Yeah, it's
So
low. The egg on
we've
you
chased him.
guys face
We've
is
chased him
mad.
for 2 months. We've chased him for 2 months. He said it's an issue with his contract. He said he doesn't really want to go. Blah 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 blah. And now Chelsea involved. He's going. I might have a bit of that. I might have a slice of that still. How much more slaps do you want? The moment I heard he was interested in Chelsea, I said stop chasing this guy. I mean, I said stop chasing him 4 weeks ago because I think this is dragging on too. Our whole summer has been. It's now linked to that.
Yeah,
if we sign him, people are going to try and tell me it's a good summer. What?
Nah, not at all. Not at all.
So,
you know what I mean? Considering where you finished last season, you know what I mean, and how bad it was. How bad it was. Like you said,
6 players.
6 man left.
6 players have left.
And even when you had those 6 players, you were still rubbish.
6 players have left. 2 more want to leave. Bailly still is still apparently on the market. Phil Jones is Phil Jones. Don't know what the hell we're doing with this guy, right? Tellers we just let go of. Like, how many people are left? And we've only signed 3 people. And you think that's it? Bro, coaches, like Ten Hag has said it himself. Coaches are not magicians, bro. You want Ten Hag to play football, McTominay on the ball.
But you know what? Now that I think of it, it might be, obviously not now, but it might be a good thing, that you held this L. Because you know why, in pre-season, which is just pre-season, you guys were
very excited. We got very excited. I got very excited. I ain't gonna lie, I put my hand up. I got very excited still.
You man are doing your little triangles. You know what I mean? I remember the game against Liverpool. I remember the game against Palace.
Yeah.
I didn't see any other games, but there was a lot of decent build-up. I saw even McTominay and Fred. McTominay and Fred, they were connecting. It was all looking nice, yeah? Then the first game of the season comes, and what do? They do this here. I think it's a good thing because it shows you can't turn water into wine, big man. Relax in it.
You know what? The thing is, the football we started playing when McTominay was off the field, there was a point where I was getting agitated, and I was just like, get the ball forward, man, blah, blah, blah. But where I wanted the ball to go forward straight away, and listen, I've been born in England. I'm used to seeing the ball travel in the air, pick up snow, and come back to the striker, right? So where I was getting upset and going, no, go with the football, I kept seeing them keep playing football. And I thought, you know what? It's disgusting for me to have to say this, but it reminds me of a certain our noisy neighbors, where even when they're in the mud in the game, they keep playing the same way no matter what. You don't really see them going long route one. They'll keep trying to play and I was watching United keep trying to play the football, and in my head I was thinking, you know what? After what I've watched for the last 3 years, I can accept that. That is actually a positive. We took McTominay out. We took Fred out. We had Donny van der Beek, who looked nice. We had Eriksen in midfield. We started connecting the blade. We even played so well that I didn't even notice Cristiano was our striker. Because he normally doesn't get involved, right?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice it until he came to the final third, and then he came alive. And then I noticed him, right? And I was like, okay, cool. There is a positive there. Like, there's the last 2 managers, Ralph, we saw a positive for 1 game, 36 minutes or whatever, right? But we never really saw it on the losing end. The moment we saw them on the losing end, we started seeing it was going to hell, right? Yeah. But on this side, we're losing, we're chasing the game, and we're still playing the right football. I'm going to take that as a win. Small win. It's not a big thing. But again, at the same time, if I was on the podcast before, I would have been loud and saying, Brighton are our bogey team. They've been our bogey team. And when I saw the score 2-0 after 10 minutes, I went, yep. I said, Brighton. I went, Brighton.
Especially Gross, boy. Gross turns into Maradona against you, man, boy.
Only one person has scored more goals against United than him, or more winning goals. And that's the guy in Match of the Day. I forgot his name.
Oh, like Danny Murphy or something?
Yeah, Danny Murphy.
That's a random. It's a random
one. I know they brought it up, so I was just like, well, I'm going to copy that, innit? Well, straight plagiarism.
Lastly, on United, I mean, do you know one guy I'm worried about? I'm not worried, but like, he should be worried is man like Rashford. I mean, that chance he missed, from Ronaldo. I mean, come on, bro. You know what I mean? I thought new managers come in, he's going to get a new lease of life, try to impress the new manager. But, brother, he is looking silly out there. Because this is last year as well of his contract.
they're gonna give him an extension. They're gonna extend it. They'll extend it automatically.
That's
I'm
bare
sure that. I'm
politics.
sure
But
they
that's
will. It is
that's not
politics. It is. It is.
that's not even
It's not a
based
good
on
thing.
that's
But
not
my
based on
thing
football.
is I heard in beginning of July they were working on him with a new contract anyway. Him and Luke Shaw, right? So. And bearing in mind he's already on 200k a week, I'm sitting here thinking, what more are you going to offer him when he hasn't even performed? But here we go. That's just United board doing what United board do.
You need to be doing
right?
the Barca thing and saying, "Yeah, you need to take a pay cut." That's what you lot need to be doing, because
Fam, the one
brother,
thing is,
he has regressed, bro. He has regressed,
massive.
and
So
he's not a
here's
young
my
man.
thing,
You
right?
know what I mean?
And that's the truth. I mean, he's still under 25. I'm sure he's still under 25.
But it must
Maybe
be
he's
just.
under
Only like 24.
Maybe it's just. But like my thing is even in the preseason. So here's my thinking, and I was speaking to Sean outside of my house last time. We were talking about Liverpool and their players. I said I would rather have Cristiano Ronaldo coming off the left and doing what Rashford is trying to do, which is them hero shots. And because when Rashford played, he's not looking for any other player in the night shirt. He wants to get the ball on the left, cut in and take a shot, right? He's desperate for it. So my thing is, if you put Ronaldo there and then he does that, you're more likely to get a result. Because when it comes to tracking back, he ain't tracking back. He thinks he's too big to track back. Right? I know a lot of top Reds won't say this because he's United born and bred and all the rest of that. I don't care about that. I care about results. And I'm watching the game thinking this guy doesn't track back. He doesn't really work for the team. When he gets the ball, all he's thinking about is, can I take a shot? Bro, you might as well play Ronaldo there and get that cutting from the left vibes all over again. You know what I mean? From 2 years.
This ain't 2008, bro. Ronaldo ain't running past no one, bro. Ronaldo's not running past. Ronaldo on the wing, that is smelly, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. We might as well, because end of the day, we have someone that's made a career of doing it, and Rashford trying to make a career of doing it, and he's doing it horrible. He's not really good with the build-up play, and I mean getting involved. He's not really good at that. He doesn't really cross. He doesn't take the man down the line. Well, I'm worried for him because I think the hunger to buy another winger, even though Ajax have priced us out, and I have to mention, I don't know what the 60 scouts do if every time we're going for a new player, he belongs to Ajax. That tells me Ten Hag is telling them what to do. But anyway, they priced him out at 100 mil. They said, nope, we're not selling him. And I think the hunger to get him was to move Sancho to the left and play Anthony on the right. Because I don't think they rate Rashford. I don't think I think Ten Hag looks at him and thinks, you're the best that I can play there at the moment, because Elanga is not good enough. Let's just be real.
Yeah.
Right? I will play you there for now. But I think he's going to replace him eventually.
Yeah, because even in your little honeymoon period in preseason, he wasn't even doing anything.
He was awful.
Even then.
He was awful. He was awful. He wasn't important to the way we build up play. And this is my thing is Martial is important because finally people are seeing what he does with his holder play and bringing other people in. He brings other people in, like the wingers, to score goals, or Bruno Fernandes, right? So he's essential. But you have the Ronaldo problem. If I'm picking between Rashford and Ronaldo to play on the left wing, I'm picking Ronaldo, son. I'm picking him.
But more than likely, it's going to be Ronaldo up front and Martial on the left, though, isn't it?
And if they do that, he's killing his whole vibe. And this is my question mark on Ten Hag is, are you going to be strong on your laurels? Right? Because you've spent the whole preseason. Martial's been one of your most important players in where you've played football. Are you now going to break it up for a guy that's only played 35 minutes of preseason because he wanted to leave?
I think the next game should be interesting. We should see what team he selects. But Ajax fans I've seen online have said two things that I've heard from them Ajax people is
stubborn.
He's stubborn and he makes substitutions very late. Which we actually saw as well. He made 3 subs in the 90th minute. I'm like,
in the 80 something minute or something. But I know what made me laugh about that is the fact that he didn't pick Ronaldo to play up front. That's also his stubbornness. Because you would have sat there and thought, we have no striker. You've got to play him. He's gone, play who? That's also part of his stubbornness. He's not playing him.
Yeah.
Stay on the bench, right? I'll play you when I need you. And then he's gone to try and do something else. Now, like I said, I don't mind him trying to be creative. You weren't going to, you didn't see that really from the other managers. So they're still positive. And it's really early. Let's be honest. He's got his bogey team out. We'll see how he handles Brentford, because Brentford is going to be
that's not easy.
Physical game. Yeah, it's going to be a more physical game. We're going to do the long ball. And that's going to test Martinez to the T. Because I ain't going to lie.
He's going to be working overtime.
I didn't like the way Welbeck was treating him still.
Yeah, Welbeck was looking like Ibra.
Welbeck saw him and said, that's free lunch. That's what Welbeck thought. And I was like, bruv, there's other strikers than Welbeck you're going to have to deal with. You better wake up. Again, saying that though, near the end of the game, he started waking up. He started doing his passing thing, which was cool. I got to tell you though,
he's a good player.
I got to tell you, one thing I'm also worried about is De Gea's kicking. Someone tried to tell me in pre-season De Gea's kicking looked good. I said to them on Twitter, I said, wait until there's fans in the stadium, we're under pressure, and see where his kicking goes. And his kicking was horrible on Sunday. Absolutely horrible. I don't think one of his passes went to the guy accurately. Right? So I'm worried about that because we always pass back to him as well. So
yeah.
It's a problem. It's a problem.
Boy.
But there's positives. Let's take the positive. Let's keep moving. It's too early in the season to say anything.
Exactly. Let's move on to your arch nemesis, Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? On paper, it's looking like, oh yeah, we got Fulham away. No, a bad start to the season. You know what I mean? Boy, that was not easy, was it, boy?
Listen, Fulham gave them the works. Fulham.
Remember that time when Leeds came up and Leeds gave them hell, bro. Do you know what I mean? That first game of the season.
Yeah.
You know, it was like one of them.
Fulham gave them the works. Fulham and their dry pitch. Is that the excuse you're gonna use? Yeah. All right. Like if you lose,
man's out here sounding like Ty, bro. What's it? Dry pitch, you know.
Dry pitch, bro. And by the way, Fulham's admin on Twitter, when they put the picture of it being watered before the game, it was like,
oh yeah. But it's typical Klopp, innit? He's a winner, but he's also like he's a
big moaner, man. He's a big moaner.
Sore loser. He just loves to moan, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's like the thing is, he didn't just use that because he actually came out and said, yeah, we didn't play well. What's it called? Fulham were very good. So he could have just left it at that, but nah, he just had to draw for the little salt in there. Do you know what I mean? He can't help himself, can he? He can't help himself. It's like, yo,
man said, "Oh, I have to say it. I have to say it. The picture's dry."
Like, bro,
that's your excuse. So that's your excuse for Trent Alexander letting another back post go in. Don't get me wrong. Unlike the Champions League final, I don't think he could have done anything, even if he knew Mitrovic was out behind him.
Yeah,
I don't think there's anything physically he could have done. But it's always him not having a look over his shoulder and seeing where that defender is. He's never interested in that defender.
He got dunked on, bro. I can't even defend that. He got dunked on. He got absolutely dunked on.
Right? But again, did he, you saw the build-up. Did he look over his shoulder once to see who's the guy there?
Nah, he didn't.
No, he's not interested. Anything behind him, he's not interested. That's why he got done in the Champions League final. Yeah, I know I'm rubbing that in a bit more, a bit extra, right? And it'll probably happen again at some point during the season. But we have to talk about Van Dijk, though.
Boy, man like Van Delegate. Man like Van Dijk,
Van Twerk.
Hey, man there, boy. I tell you, that guy, he's not the same guy, bro.
He's not the same. He's not the same. I can't remember a time where I've seen people do skills on him and have the cheek to do flip flap or elasticals or things like.
Even in the first half, there's like a foul that he gave away. I just thought, old Van Dijk ain't doing this, bro. He's collecting that ball clean.
Yeah, I think he tried to run through the player instead of him just going.
He's doing a couple of silly things. I mean, that was the slowest flip flap you will ever see in your life, bro. Do you know what I mean? That was like it was like in slow mo. When you're watching the Ronaldinho comps, bro, and they got the flip flaps in slow mo. It was like even those are faster than that flip flap that Mitrovic done, bro. That done it like.
And the thing is, the truth is, he wasn't even trying to go for a flip flap, bro. He was just going, "I'll turn this way, because I don't think the legs can handle it," and he just stuck his leg out. But to be fair on Fulham, to be fair on Mitrovic, I've always liked Mitrovic. Always. Right? And I know he looks like an old man, but he's not really even that old.
But technically sound, man. Like, right? You know what I mean?
He knows how to use his body. He knows where the goal is. Like, I've always been surprised another Premier League club didn't sign him when he went down. I've always been surprised by that because he looks like someone you can throw on. Like if you're thinking about the top team, right? You can throw that geezer on when you've got possession of the game. He ain't gonna get you chances and goals, bro. It's gonna cause havoc. So I've always wondered why no one went.
It'd be a better option than Arnautovic. You know what I mean? You know them ones. It'd be a better option than Arnautovic, bro. I'm telling you.
You know what? I liked Arnautovic like 3 years ago, but to be saying that we've got a new manager and this is a new direction, and that's the man that comes up in your list.
Some guy that scored 9 goals in the Chinese league. Like, man. Anyway, but yeah, back to this, man. I mean, let's not get twisted. Liverpool they did create some chances, but Fulham were always in the game. Always in the game. Always. He wasn't even like a one-sided what you would expect of a Liverpool team. But do you know what? The weird thing about this one, normally I would say start of the season, them and they're just warming into it. But having watched the Community Shield, and then what was it like a week later? It's almost like they went backwards. They look sharper in the Community Shield.
Yeah, I didn't get that at all. I didn't get that at all.
Than this game.
I really didn't get that.
I don't know if they just took these men lightly and thought they're just going to come here and just work them.
And you know what? I'm about to say, I think that's what happened. I think they took them lightly. I think they thought in their heads, you know what? We can do this. We just have to play it our own way. I don't think they even expected these guys to come with the energy they came after them when they were closing them down in packs, hunting like hyenas, going, boom, boom, I'm going to chase you. Moment they lost the ball, I'm there. Lose the ball again, I'm there. Like, I even say the first goal, I was even surprised because I thought the guy overhit the cross. Because I actually thought the right winger that set past the ball, laid it up for him. I thought, bro, you've overhit that. But then I was thinking, Robertson's going to get that. And then when Robertson didn't make it, I was like, he's acting a bit slow. Then the deep cross, and then obviously Trent being Trent. And I was just like, yo, this ain't the same Liverpool. Right?
To me, for Liverpool, there's a couple, like I said, it's going to be them or Man City in them. Let's be real. You know what I mean? Despite this result.
Usually, yeah.
Even though, Man City, boy, that's not even a draw. It's like a loss, bro, when you're competing with Man City. Do you know what I mean? Like, normally, like, it's a draw. It's not that deep, but, bro, you're competing against a demonic team, bro. Do you know what I mean?
We know last season, they lost it by 1 point. That's a draw. That's a draw that could have been a win.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
they've already started themselves with one draw. That, I mean, don't get me wrong. They hit I think they hit the post. They hit the crossbar. So. Yeah, you turn around and think, they had chances as well. But when it comes to the crossbar, especially, you sit there and think, well, Henderson doesn't normally score from that angle anyway. So you're really.
And that was from far. That was just hope. You know what I mean? Like,
that's not a usual goal.
You have to counter that with Fulham also hit the post as well. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. So, and Fulham's. I thought that was a goal when he lined up that shot. I said, a cross goal, nice height as well, nice and low, hard. When he hit the post, I was thinking it's going to rattle back in to the net.
There's a couple of men though that are worrying me for Liverpool. Yeah. Number one.
Please say the name I'm expecting.
I don't know. Probably won't be the name I'm expecting. But number one for me is Thiago and his injuries.
Yes, number one.
Because
they need him as well.
When Thiago is playing, they're a different team. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's wonderful. But the other one is the man that hit the crossbar, Henderson. I just don't like last season.
He's not the same.
I mean, let me not even lie on here. Yeah, I've never even really rated him anyway. However, I can appreciate what he does for Liverpool and how important he is. Do you know what I mean? And how important he is for Liverpool. Personally, he's not my type of player, but he's important to them. Do you know what I mean? But I don't think last season he done anything really. Do you know what I mean? I think they were better off when he weren't playing.
And that's the thing. His influence is what keeps him on. For me, when I'm watching the game, his influence, as in terms of he rallies up his players, always gives them an extra gear. That's what's making him important to the team. Because when he's out, there's not really anyone
last season. And in this game as well, I think he was horrible.
To be fair on them, there was a lot of moments that season I was thinking, you're not really good enough. Like, I watched that last season, and I think there were some games I'm thinking, you weren't really that good. So even for you to finish 1 point off the top in a Champions League final, that's actually still slightly successful. And I will say, in part of those reasons are those moments where they have to spam 1,000 crosses into the box. But do you think he's cheering that on?
That's Liverpool though. Look at Trent. We just talked about him being dunked on. the second goal is because of his cross, which wasn't a good cross because the defender actually flicked it.
Yeah.
And what's his name?
Sorry, the
Central
counter
C.
attack from there.
Central C. He. You know, I mean, yeah. I can't even. I wanted to say one of the lyrics to his tunes, but I can't even start with that song. There's nothing I can say on YouTube, but on that.
Nah, because I think his recent team, you can't repeat any of those lines, bro. We'll get banned.
You know what I mean? This video will be down so quick, bro. You know, I even tried to start that shit. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, the new striker, you know, Central C, they go up front there. Like, bro, that touch he took for Salah's goal.
Listen,
Lukaku will be proud, bro. Like that.
I'm saying, I said it. I said this to Sean, all right, because I was talking to him outside. I said, brother, you've got two players I do not rate technically. Diaz is one of them, and now you've put Nunes on top. And these guys, obviously, Jota is still there. I don't know if he was injured or he's coming back. I don't know what it is, right? Jota has to start, one, right? And you probably still haven't really replaced Mane. You haven't replaced Mane. Let's just be real about it. You haven't played Mane.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Right? Mane is a big miss. Mane's a big miss.
I'm not going to lie to you. That Darwin Nunes, yeah. Like I said, bro, aesthetically, bro, Lord have mercy, bro. That guy is horrible. Yeah. However,
he will find a way to score.
I'm saying, yeah, he's bagging minimum 18 goals in the league this season.
And do you know what?
He is, bro.
I'm going to agree with you. Yeah, I don't rate him. I'm going to agree with you, but I don't rate him.
He comes off his look at the goal that he scored. Yeah, he tried that flick and he missed the ball. Yeah. Then the second time now, he missed the ball and he hit the defender's foot, went back onto his foot, and then went in. Yeah. I'm like,
and you know what? When you think about this, yeah, in football terms, right? As a player, even as a coach,
and he's a nuisance. When he came on, bro, the game changed when he came on. Salah had more space because he was occupying defenders. I saw. You notice that when he came in, there was bare space for Salah.
Yeah, it was Salah versus Salah 1-on-1 all the time. And that's what Salah likes, right?
Exactly.
But I have to say, though, coming to his goal. So the first time you get a cross inside the box, bearing in mind it's your first game for a new club officially. Why would you try a flick when you could have done it with a simple tap in with your right foot? That's what question mark straight away, right? Then you miss. The keeper saves it. You probably should have scored that one. And then you get a second chance. And you try to flick again. In my head, I'm just spinning that going, bro, this is alarm bells. And then he scores, fine. But thankfully, for you pointed out to me, you said, watch the replay again. He missed the ball. It took a hit of the defender, hit him, and went in. Because in my head, I was thinking, how did you flick it so high, actually, in the first place? But then I see the replay, it goes, it's fair enough you scored. We give you a tick for that. But you're going to miss some.
He's going to be a success, but he's just going to look
by
horrible.
Default.
He's going to be a success, bro. Do you know what I mean? I mean, Liverpool fans.
He's going to be a success because it's Liverpool.
It doesn't matter how the goal goes in, innit? You know what I mean? It still counts the same, whether it goes in by mistake or goes in.
I will say though, look
at the Community Shield, yeah. The penalty that he won, the header was going for a throw-in, bro. It was nowhere near the target, and then also Diaz or whoever it was gave away the pen, which he loves to do, by the way. You know what I mean? Done that in the Champions League as well. Like, bro, he's just got that Liverpool judge.
He's got that aura about him, innit?
Liverpool. I wouldn't say Liverpool judge because you know, I mean, that's a disrespect to like big ballers they've had like Suarez and Torres.
Yeah. I get what you mean.
Like, but like he's got this new LFC Klopp. He's got that judge about him, bro. He's just gonna do it. Whether it looks nice, it's like Jota, bro. That's another one I don't rate, but again,
funny enough, Jota's the one that I actually rate because I actually like his technique on the ball, his passing, his running and stuff like that. He actually looks like a player that understands how to play.
Do you know what? One thing that confused me though was taking off Diaz. I mean, I understand trying to give these new kids a thing here, but I thought Diaz was the most dangerous player. Although Diaz is a bit annoying because
Diaz is wild.
He has so many chances, but then the thing with when them chances start to go in here, it could be a problem.
But
because he does create some chances, bro. He does create his own chances, bro.
He's been here for 6 months, right? Even the first 6 months, I was looking at him going, there was a part of me that was glad when United were interested in him, they didn't sign him because I was like, if he played with us right now, he was just going to he's going to look a whole mess. But the mess works at Liverpool. That's the difference. He can get away with being a headless chicken sometimes. And even against Fulham, he looked dangerous, but there was no cohesion with the rest of the other players. I can imagine as a striker, you don't know what he's going to do. So you just
I
hope.
don't think he knows what he wants to do, bro.
Exactly. You just think, let me just get in this area, and then
He
Klopp can have a word with him. Like
he reminds me of Vinicius a couple of seasons ago, bro. You never knew what that guy was going to do. No one on the pitch knew what he was about to do, bro.
Yeah, no one
erratic,
knows. Bro. Very, very, very. So that's why I said I think Jota needs to come back in. Firmino didn't really do much, and it's just. I mean, I was hearing that he was meant to be. He's on the market. I don't really know how true that is.
I don't think that's going to happen now because obviously now with who their striker options now, bro. It's just him and Darwin, or I suppose Jota when he's back. But
it's Jota. But I think Jota will eventually take the left wing position from Diaz. I honestly do. I honestly can see it.
You know, I feel like Diaz is just going to get that finishing right at some point. And it's just gonna be long, bro.
I tell you, I guarantee this. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
there's gonna be 1 month where this guy is on fire, and if he's on your fantasy, you're gonna be enjoying. Then he'll go dry again, right? He'll just go a bit dry, just doing what he's doing, sort of thing. I will see, but anyway, I think I'll be honest. I'm annoyed for Fulham because I do think they actually probably deserve the win from that. I'm annoyed for Fulham. A draw is a fair result in the end, I guess, but I actually think Fulham probably deserved to win just a little bit more.
Performance-wise, yes, but if you like are looking at, we hit the post bar and the shot.
Yeah, and that's why you say
when you watch the game, you're like, yeah, Fulham were a bit unlucky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that I was gonna say the quality shine through, but I don't know if that's true, bro, because the 2 goals it wasn't really about quality.
My man tried to control the ball for himself, right? Buckled when he landed, and Salah being Salah, the greed he has, he said, "Nah, I'm taking that. Thanks." Bang! Right, and we both trying to go. He did an assist. He didn't mean to. He didn't plan that. That touch wasn't planned for no one else except for himself.
That goal and assist that there is just a reach, but anyway, it is what it is. Where
they'll take it. They'll take it.
Yeah, man. Anyway, let's move on. But let's move on to let's quickly touch on City. Let's quickly touch on City against West Ham. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say here because I watched this game and I thought it was good football, but boring. The reason I say boring is Man City was just in control, man. Bruv. Like,
in fairness to Man City, right? I think the game against Liverpool, they did more control. They were trying to control it more. But what they didn't do is release Haaland. They weren't releasing him enough. He was making runs and they were like, oh, you know what? Just wait a minute. We'll come back to you, right? And then they'll go back and doing the football again. But this time round, they looked for him. They were looking for his run.
Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? Because after the Community Shield, Pep came out and said, "Oh yeah, we don't change our style for any one player." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they changed.
I was like, big man, we watched that West Ham game. You changed your style for that one player, bro.
They definitely tweaked it. They definitely tweaked it because
tweak the style. Yeah. Don't lie to me, bro.
I didn't really see Haaland doing back to goal work as much, right?
Yeah,
he was always running forward. And can I say, brother, this guy's a robot, innit?
He doesn't even look natural.
He's a genetically modified player. He has to be.
Because he's made in the lab, bro.
I don't understand how fast he is, bro. He's quick. He's stupidly quick. For a big man, he's stupidly quick. He's strong. He's hungry. Oh my days.
Don't you dare have that high line around him as well, boy. Because once he's past you, and you ain't going past him again, bro, because he's gonna budge you off, like what I mean?
Listen. Most time you just respect what City's doing, and sometimes you always feel like, oh, maybe you can shut them down if you shut down De Bruyne or whatever. Right? Every time you see them, every year, even though every year they're breaking 90 points a season, and you're thinking, right, they're walking this league. But every year there's always like some glimmer of hope with teams. It's like, if we shut all these half spaces, we shut them down. Try and do that to him. Try and play high line or try and be all the way in the box. He just needs half a space and it's automatic. Bang.
Nah, the pace and the sharpness in the box is mad. Oh, that penalty. The acceleration was crazy.
Where did that come from, bro?
Because I thought the keeper was gonna get there before him, but he somehow just boosted, boy. He got that little boost.
He's got that boost that you get on FIFA Online when they do this little extra.
Yeah,
man. I watched it. Like I watched the highlights afterwards. And I was seeing highlights as the thing was coming. And I watched it bare times, and I thought the centre back just thought, you ain't getting that. Just stop like this. You ain't getting that. And then even his second goal, the whole back line knew they weren't making it.
Nah, it was done, bro.
They knew who they were.
And you know what? Yeah, when he went 1-on-1 on the keeper, like there was no doubt in it. I mean, I didn't.
None.
I know he missed that City against Liverpool that
you
one
know
time.
It was
But
the
I think that was
moment
the
he
freebie that he
opened
gave
his
us.
body. The moment he opened his body to left foot, I said, "It's a goal. It's a goal. It's a goal. It's a goal. It's a goal."
Like,
it's a
yeah,
goal.
yeah, it's long. It's absolutely long.
Bro,
But you know what?
Yeah.
But my one little negative, yeah, is a player that I actually like, but he's been letting me down. Senior Grealish, yeah, £100 million man Grealish. Even in this game, yeah, I don't like what he's doing. And I've defended this guy when people have been cussing him. I've been one of his biggest defenders. Yeah,
I have been cussing.
Even when it comes to him playing for England, I've been one of the people saying, you know what I mean, he should be playing Gareth Southgate. You don't know what you're doing, yeah. But bruv, if Southgate don't pick him, yeah, I'm not saying nothing, bruv. I do not like what he's doing. This guy just holds onto the ball for the sake of it, bruv, and just kills moves.
All I can say is only Pep will sell Sterling, who's probably his third most successful player in his system ever, and that's Barcelona, Bayern, and City included, and replace him with Grealish. Now, I don't want to say anything that will get our YouTube channel.
Oh, we know why.
But
we know why.
This cleansing, I'm just going to say that word, I'm not going to say the word in front, that he's doing is looking real bait right now, because you can't tell me he's a better player than Sterling. You can't tell me Sterling can offer more.
Even in this game, I mean, like I said, they had good control, yeah, but their wings were smelly. Foden on that right wasn't doing nothing. Yeah. Grealish was just cutting in for the sake of cutting in. You know, if anything, everything nice was coming from the fullbacks and also called Gundogan, De Bruyne, Haaland. Everyone else, in spite of them two, the wings are just slow, very predictable. What he's gonna do, I'm just like, nah. This ain't it. I have to assume
Mahrez was injured, because he's another player that
his form is up and down. But yeah, I hear what you're saying.
But there's like those two players, Sterling and Mahrez, right? You have to put your hands up and say they were vital for this guy winning the league the last 2 out of 3.
This is it, and this is another thing, because
why is Foden ahead of him?
Most people we've got, you know, maybe myself included, we've probably got on paper City winning the league ahead of Liverpool. But when you look at it, Liverpool ain't got a lot of players that go into the World Cup. Do you know what I mean? So, boy, that could have a big effect, boy.
Oh, no, oh my God. Is this the season I have to be ready for Liverpool to equalize?
Yeah, boy, I think you better get ready, boy. Because if Liverpool get their act together, like I said, they've got quite a few players that are not in the World Cup, boy.
Oh,
and Man City
Jesus.
That's going to be decimated, bro, with the World Cup.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, Haaland ain't going, but do you know what I mean? Like, you know, a lot of their players.
I've got to pray for someone. I've got to pray. I got to slap some money down. I got to slap some money down somewhere, bruv. No. I even forgot about that, because in my head, I'm comfortably thinking, look, Man City adding Haaland. I was like, bruv, it's Man City. Only injuries can stop them in my head now, right? Because having that danger up front was what they were missing the season before. I'm even slightly, although that judge on Pep in Champions League, it looks very strong still.
Yeah, right? I still don't see them doing the Champions League. I feel like they will just somehow
they'll flop it.
You know what I mean?
Somehow they'll flop it, right? But I'm sitting there thinking, yo, they've just increased.
I think Liverpool have a much bigger chance Champions League this season. I think they're gonna come back with a vengeance. They happened last time we beat them in the Champions League final. They won it the next season.
Yeah, but they had Spurs in the final, man. They know that's a default win, bro.
But still, they were still.
Bro, Spurs manager was crying when they got to the final, bro. That was a default win, bro.
Look at that salt bay that you're doing right now, boy. That
default win, bro.
That United salt, boy.
I rated that, bro. There was no struggle in that game, bro. And look at the penalty they got as well. Look at the penalty they got in early stages, but that was a default win, bro.
They got to the
final. They might as well
put
Liverpool on the belt on a cup before
semi-finals. I swear they smoked Barca semi-final after Barca beat them 3-0 or whatever it was.
Again,
Yeah,
default win, bro. Barcelona don't
yeah, man, blood. I said default win, you know. Hey, that United hate, boy. Oh my days, bro.
Okay, that one I'm going to say, okay, that's United hate. But let's be honest, that Champions League final was not.
No, the final was nonsensical, but obviously you have to get to the final, bro. Do you know what I mean? They you know, it was a good performance, and they've got the aura in the Champions League. Obviously, not as much as my boys, you know, like that. But you know what I mean? They do have the aura.
Part 2.
Yeah. Whoa. But anyway.
I'm throwing my claim. The next show, I'm bringing all my Real Madrid tops out, the old ones, so everyone can see. God. I was following them before.
You know what? Right? No one wants to see this, bruv.
I got kicked off. I've been kicked off United shows for saying they're my second team. Now I'm going to claim them with everything, with every grain of salt.
No. Nobody wants to see that, big man.
I got the 2015 purple jacket, the rain jacket.
Yeah.
Bruv, I got that. I was just waiting to wear it, bruv. When it's a bit chilly in my house or United are doing really bad, I'm just gonna bring that on, but no one can say nothing, innit? All
right. Anyway, back
to Man City football anyway.
Yeah. Back to Man City. Obviously, yep. They got the. Let's move past them, man. They got their dub.
Bro, they won that game. It wasn't really. There was nothing much.
Let's go to Arsenal. You know what I mean? They were playing my second team, Crystal Palace. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Them man there smoked Palace out their boots in the first 30 minutes, bro.
Yeah.
like, yo, bro, they smoked Palace out of their boots. It was long.
You know me, yeah. I hate Arsenal because when I grew up, they were the team that bothered United the most. Like, I hate Liverpool just standard. It's a default setting to hate Liverpool. Man City, I'm not that bothered about because they don't have enough trophies for me to worry about. But Arsenal, one team that I take pleasure in hating their brand of football. But even I watched that game and thought, you know what? Them talks from the preseason are real, you know. They were playing, and I just kept watching. I was thinking, no, this could have been 4-0, 3-0 before half time. And I've never seen Crystal Palace smoke like that and just put under pressure like that.
And
I've seen Jesus not making one guy, dropping the shoulder. That's what's going on here.
And this one, some weak Palace, you know. This was a strong team. That Decore actually.
Your preseason messed you up, though. Your preseason.
The preseason was a bit dead, but still, you know, Selhurst Park is not an easy place to go, especially night time with the lights and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind, we smoked them there last season. You know, many a team have held L's there. You know, Tottenham included, all the man there, but they came up there and they look great. Do you know what I mean? I mean, Ben White, who I've cussed on this stream many a time, he locked down Zaha all game. You know what I mean? Zaha barely gave him in trouble. Like, he barely gave him in trouble. It was only when he got doubled up on, you know, a couple of times that he got some joy. But one-on-one, he done him up here. So going forward, there wasn't really much there. Saliba, my days. I mean,
bro. Okay, first of all, let's just say Arsenal. Arsenal
fans that hype this youth, you were justified. Like, I'm saying this now.
Let me just add something.
You were justified.
I know I hate Arsenal, but big man, the man was on loan for 2 seasons. The second season on loan, he gets the team to Champions League football, and then you, man, bring him back down to earth and say, "Nah, you're staying with us, Europa League." You man are rude. You're rude.
They shagged him. They definitely shagged him.
They shagged him. But saying that,
they need him, boy. Because
can I just say though?
He's quality.
Personally, right? He's always looked that way and he's always looked that talented, but they then load him up for 2 years. I didn't think they needed to loan him. I think he was ready for the Prem.
I didn't think they needed to buy Ben White, bro. They could have just brought him back, and we saw just in this one game, how composed he's ready for the Premier League, bro. He's got the pace.
Bearing in mind, he can play right back as well. He can play right back as well. He can play right back, left back, centre mid, CDM. Like, they didn't need to buy another player. They had him there. So I don't know what's going on with that, or what. Maybe there was a story in the background. I know he had some weird videos out before, but that wasn't for me. That's not. You play party, so there's not good enough reason. So I'm not going to go talk about that. But there's no. I don't think there's good enough reason. Now, the Ben White thing. I think 1-on-1 he handled. I wouldn't say he locked him down, but he handled him. And he
bro,
always
there's
steered.
many guys that get cooked by Zaha, bro.
Yeah, but you know what he did smart? He always steered him to a doubling up.
Yeah.
Every time. Steered him to a doubling up. So like he always had a plan with him. And yeah, you're right. There's many people that have been done up by Zaha, but I ain't gonna lie to you. Between me and you need to have a word with your boy. He's looking like a real bad B out here. Every tackle, he's screaming the top of his voice, trying to bad up the referee. Big man,
you know what? Yeah,
Zaha, you know you're good. You get fouled, take it, get up, do it again. Don't start moaning all the time.
Zaha also sometimes suffers from the Grealish thing where he doesn't know when to release the ball. Do you know what I mean? Certain times there's a pass he can do, run in behind, get the ball in a better position to start your dribbles.
1-2.
But he wants to dribble all the way until he gets into the box. It's like, big man, there's no need. You're like on the halfway line. You're trying to dribble, man. Like, bro, just pass it, run along, and receive the ball. You know what I mean? Higher up. Like, what are you doing?
That went hand in hand with Arsenal style of football because when Crystal Palace finally got the ball. And let's say Anderson, we need to talk about that guy. Sprays it out to the left. He gets the ball. Yeah. He's always there for a quick 1-2. Yeah. Zaha will try and run down the line. And by the time he gets down the line, everyone's back. That, bro, good luck.
Because Arsenal are pretty organized. You know what I mean? There's one thing about them. Like, they keep their shape. Everyone kind of knows. Yeah. That's the thing with this Arsenal team. Yeah, so as I go into Arsenal more, it's like they look like everyone knows what their job is. Correct. The only worry for Arsenal is
injuries,
and some positions are a bit mid. Like the fullback positions for me look quite decent now. Do you know what I mean? Right back looks like you got two people that can play that position nicely. Centre back, looks kind of covered. Left back, you got Zinchenko and Mr. Injured. Yeah.
What's his name? But here's my thing. I don't think right back is as secure as, because correct me if I'm wrong, they're trying to play Ben White
and Ben White. Do you know what I mean? I think that's
Tomiyasu injury prone though.
But it's almost the same as the other position, isn't it? You got Tierney's injury prone, Tomiyasu injury prone, and they've got decent replacement in both positions now. The problem is the midfield.
It's light, innit? It's light.
I don't know about that one.
Because even out of that position,
even some of the attacking positions, like
up front is
Saka,
light too.
If Saka gets injured, who plays on the right? Whoever you put there is a bit, bruv. Like, I know there's a certain man that's still on the Pepe hype, yeah? Let it go, bro.
I'm not one of them. You know I'm not one of them, so I don't care, bro. But that's all they've got. I mean, up front as well, Jesus gets injured. I don't know who they have. Oh, God, no way.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, man.
He's a walking yellow card. If you're betting, always bet on this guy getting a yellow card. Sometimes he just talks himself into a yellow card. It's guaranteed yellow card. Not a lot of money to be made because the betting companies know this too. But boy, guaranteed some little funds, bro.
I'm telling you, man. So yeah, the midfield position for Arsenal looks a bit light. I even think the striker position is still light. Is light, bro.
That striker is light.
Yes, you've got Jesus, wonderful, but Nketiah after that, I mean, he will score goals, but boy, that's a drop off, man. Jesus to Nketiah is a drop.
Obi, Vieira is a centre midfielder, so he can't come on for Saka. So I'm replying to this comment.
What's that? No, this comment.
Yeah.
He's
a centre midfielder. He doesn't go right wing. He will never go right wing. He's a centre midfielder.
I'm not gonna pretend like I know who Vieira is. Well, I've watched him, boy.
But he's a centre midfielder that likes to keep the ball ticking and pass it around. Now, my problem with him is while I do think the way Arsenal tend to play, he would fit in. Is the question is who does he replace? Because he's a deep line playmaker that tends to make Vieira, who tends to make late runs. Who does he really replace? Because Partey is not a deep, he's not defensive mid. That he's more like a box-to-box midfielder. Your defensive mid is Xhaka, who's right, and then you can't put Vieira there. So which one of them do you drop, or do you?
Oh no, what's Vieira? I thought Vieira was
he's a deep line playmaker, but he doesn't tackle. He's like he just wants to, them like Thiago. He just wants to keep the ball ticking and pass it around and
light touches and everything. They obviously play that 4-2-3-1. So who does that replace?
Exactly. I don't really know if they can find a position for him and then sort it out, then yeah, he can be an effective player. No, who's the sorry, I forgot the guy's name. The guy that plays at PSG, the Italian dude. Oh,
Verratti.
yeah, he's a variety type player.
But Verratti can tackle though. Verratti gets about, bro.
He's not that great.
I mean, it's not great, but you know what I mean? He can still get.
Yeah, I mean, this guy can tackle, but he's not his strength. So you sit there and think he's like 5 foot. Is he 5
Since
foot?
when you been watching the Portuguese league, bro? This guy's been knowledgeable
bro,
about this
you know what it is? Hey,
let me say this. European football connoisseur, yeah?
You know what it is, yeah? You know what it is anytime that. So when Ten Hag was brought in, yeah. I decided, let me do my own research, right? Which midfielder can he play that does, because I don't really rate De Jong that highly, right? Because I think there's a lot of games where De Jong goes quiet and he disappears.
De Jong is an absolutely quality player, but boy, does he have the invisibility gene sometimes, boy.
Exactly. So in my head, right, I started looking for players that could possibly replace him. I've been doing this since Ten Hag said he was going to be my United manager. So
he's some secret scout.
I've been digging on the highlights. I've been doing this because even when they were saying that they want De Jong, I was like, you need another player in there to be a defensive midfielder. So I was looking at that guy from PSV, by the way, my 30. But I was looking for the guy from PSV, the centre midfielder, Segara, or whatever his name is. And I was like, you need to get him too, then. So you give De Jong all the space to go and do whatever he wants to do. You have someone there to win tackles and be solid and strong. Vieira was an option to get if we can't get De Jong. Because same thing, takes the ball, passes the ball, controls the game, good at decent passing. And I was thinking, come on, pick the ball defense. Right? But then you need to make sure Partey is doing the hard tackling, doing all that work. But Partey's injury
and he doesn't go pen. But yeah, that's another story.
That's another story. But Partey is injury prone. He has an issue on top of his head, maybe. Well, actually, they've thrown it out, but it's a bit muddy waters. And then if you then leave Vieira and Xhaka, oh my God, that is light as possible.
Yeah, that's
mad. Gets a red card.
The thing is with Arsenal, I mean, they look good. Let's not lie. The way they play.
Let's be honest. They hold their hands up. I hate Arsenal, but they do look good.
They look good. The worries are, like I said, the squad depth in certain positions, and the other thing as well. Last season they, should have got top 4. They choked it towards the end. But last season there was no European football. And then now they're going to be doing the Thursday thing. So that's another little thing on top of it, boy. That
you see, because of
what a question mark on it, boy.
Yeah, because of what you said about being light, European football is going to damage them. It really is going to bother them. Really, really going to bother them. Like, he's moving very slow on it.
Well, he's trying to leave Europe ASAP. Then he's like, yo, man, this way, you're gonna leave this quickly.
It is looking light. So when it starts coming to, he's probably gonna want a cup run. So you probably take one of the FA Cups or the whatever Carling Cup, whatever it's called now, right?
Yeah.
And then he's got European football on top, and then he's got the Premier League because he's gonna want to go top 4, and they have every chance to get top 4. But absolutely. I don't know because of how. Every time their team is stretched like that, last time they had Europa League, where did they finish? 8th?
Yes. I don't know, man.
Yeah, they won a cup, but they finished 8th. And then before that, they got to a European final. I think they finished 8th for that season as well. So it is light. It's light. And that's going to affect them. Heck, I even think that's going to affect us. And then, of course, let's throw it in there. We got that World Cup in between.
Yeah, that's another thing as well. That's another thing as well.
So let's see the window's still open. I think there's 3 weeks. Let's see who he gets. Although the reason why I'm worried about it is because I haven't really heard them linked to anyone else. All these players, you had at least a week window or 2 weeks of being linked to them and they finally getting them. Right now, I've heard nothing. I've not really heard that much. Maybe Arsenal fans can tell me different.
The window could take, that the last week everyone started panicking, boy, bare moves start to happen. So you never know.
Well, we're already panicking because I'm seeing Arnautovic being linked. So I know that panic, bro.
That's it. Let's move on for a team that didn't panic in the window, boy. They're North London rivals, Tottenham. I mean, not much to say about this. Tottenham against Southampton, 4-1.
I ain't gonna lie, you didn't think the scoreline was gonna be that when Southampton took the lead.
Boy, when Salah took the lead, I thought, oh, hold on, are choking Spurs back in business or something? I did think like, you know what I mean? But then when you watch the highlights, you're like, all right. It was literally like one of their only attacks, you know what I mean, where they bagged.
By the way, great finish though. Great finish, I have to say.
You know,
I'm not gonna lie.
technique, right?
I ain't gonna lie. Kulusevski is gonna be a problem this season.
He's a problem. He
He's
was a problem when he came in January.
He was a problem last season.
That's what I'm saying.
But now he's had the fitness, he's had everything, he's used to the league.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a problem.
It's
gonna be a problem.
I was arguing with bare people when people were saying that Diaz was the best January signing. I was like, nah, but Kulusevski was the best January signing.
By far. I agree with that as well.
Exactly. That
My
to me,
is,
like, you know, when players that you want to see, like, you know, I mean, that for me, the like technical players, bro. Like, you know what I mean? That is a technical player right there, bro.
But you know what? What makes him work as well is he's not a small guy either. He looks like he's got speed on him, or at least he has the getaway speed. So if he beats a man in goals, that guy ain't catching him back unless he wants to cut back in. But one thing is dangerous is his thinking, and this is something that as England players and coaches and style of football, we need to learn how to make more intelligent players. Because he doesn't do anything for just doing its sake. Oh, you know, I'm being led this way because no, when he cuts in, he knows exactly what he's going to do. And if that doesn't work, he already has a plan B before that plan A shuts the door, right? He's so intelligent, and the way he uses the ball, manipulates the ball, he's passing. He's dangerous. He's dangerous. Yeah. He's very dangerous.
And they didn't play. Well, he didn't start any of his new signings as well, Conte.
Yeah, he's going with what
Conte's funny, you know. Conte's like, yo, if you don't buy nobody, I'm cutting. And then they buy people, they don't play any.
I'm not ready to use them.
Like,
I'm not ready to use them.
I said, you might ain't like, but now they're gonna be a problem. Do you know what I mean? If you're talking about teams that are gonna be a problem, they're gonna be a problem.
I think they are definitely getting top 4.
Yeah.
What happened there?
Boy, technical difficulties, boy. My camera just went to sleep.
Yeah, I think they're definitely getting top 4.
Yeah.
Even Arsenal, I think Arsenal are going to be a problem, but I'm not sure because of all the games they're going to have, etc., etc. But with Tottenham, I think definitely getting top 4. Right? I think they're getting top 4. Oh yeah. It's Conte. It's Conte, bro.
Yeah. The Conte tax is hefty still. You have to.
And you also got to realize it's Conte, and he's got players on the bench where he didn't have players on the bench last season. Richarlison's on the bench. Let's be honest. Richarlison is not brilliant, but if you need a goal and the other guys are fixed, he comes on with his headless, I'm going to brock anyone that gets in my way ability. You'll find your goal.
Plus as well, bro, when you're playing Champions League football on Wednesday or whatever, you know what I mean? You got a game on Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
That's a decent player to put in, you know what I mean? And it's not a drastic drop in quality as well.
Yeah, like, bro, I think they have. Yes, I'm showing this. Yes, we agree. We agree. Us two agree. The other guys doesn't agree. Us two agree. Right? It's a quality crosser, but my God, the crossing, inshallah, happens a lot.
He's fat, but the thing is, his crosses are so good, it works.
That's
the
annoying thing with Liverpool. You know what I mean?
It's like, yo, they're spamming the crosses, man, bro. When you got a man that can cross,
it's a percentage game, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
He's running on the 10% rule. 100 crosses, 10 of them must land on someone. Right? That's what he's doing. But yeah, bro, he crosses bare.
Hold on, I didn't even see this comment, boy.
I don't take that serious. Obi responded quickly with that, and yeah. Stop it right there. Oh dear.
I said it in Ketia, the number 14 shirt and getting people gassed, right? I think
number 14 shirt, 100 grand a week or more than 100 grand a week, bruv. I don't know about that still, but if they needed him, they needed him. Maybe he's the Europa man, isn't it? Europa League man. He's gonna be Europa League man.
All right, so you're confident with Spurs top 4. I have to agree as well, but I think, just the Conte.
I think they'll find a way. They'll either get 3rd or 4th. Right? It's gonna take it. Yeah, the Conte tax. He's got his players, Champions League. he'll probably even. This is me going out on the limb now, right? He will probably
here
win.
we go.
He will probably win them a something this season. Maybe
Well,
not. Maybe not this season.
I'm not going on the ledge with it. I'll go with you top 4, but win something Spurs.
Maybe not this season. If he's there next season, probably. But I have a feeling he's going to win a trophy for them. Like he's going to really sell it to the fans and to the board. So I'm thinking Charity Shield. Oh, sorry, not Charity Shield. Carling Cup or something like that. I don't even know what's it called this year. Whatever cup that is, bro. League Cup, whatever cup that is.
Is it Carabao Cup or whatever it is?
But is it Carabao this year? But anyway, League Cup. You probably win something like that. Maybe you win an FA Cup or get them to a final. Like, I just have a feeling that he's in the right place with them. Right, which is why I'm so strong on the top 4. I'm so strong on the top 4.
He's definitely building something. Let's go to a team.
Let's hope Conte explodes in it like he normally does.
But let's move on to a team that's been struggling to build something because Barcelona keeps stealing all their targets, and that's Chelsea. I mean, like, I think Chelsea fans hate Barcelona more than me, boy. And that's a mean feat.
It's cheeky though. It's proper cheeky. It's proper cheeky what Barcelona be doing. And bearing in mind they had they didn't have dinner as well before all this the thievery started. Didn't the owners have dinner with like Barcelona? And then probably you must have mentioned and got real cocky, like, yeah, we're gonna sign this guy for this amount and this guy. And all of a sudden, signing started going to Barcelona. And you know what? And the double slap as well. The double slap to make it worse. Barcelona can't even register them for the season, cuz. Took all the players for no reason, bro.
This is it's long. But Chelsea, man, I think they looked awful, man. You know what I mean? That game.
Yeah, they were rubbish.
Like, come on, bro.
They were rubbish. They were boring. They've had a bad preseason. I have to admit. They've had a bad preseason. Now, normally, someone has a bad preseason, they tend to have a good end to the season. But of course, the World Cup is going to change a lot of that. So normally they'll get a build-up, and then near the end of the season, things start going well. But I look at Chelsea and I'm thinking, boy, and the worst thing is, I don't really trust the manager. I don't really trust the manager as well. That's not like the manager has this attacking tax on it that we have to take in consideration.
This is what I'm saying. The attack is so boring, bro. Like, what's going on up there? It's dry.
I will be surprised if Sterling goes past 15 goals this season, and that's all competitions.
Yeah.
For a guy that's been coming close to 30?
It's like Sterling's going to have to revert back to his Liverpool self where he was trying to run past players and doing all that, boy. You can't do that back post because they man ain't creating those chances. You know what I mean?
They're not creating. If you think about it, in the front three, he's literally the only one you can rely on.
Oh, yeah, for finishing and scoring. You know, if you was to say, like, which one of them front threes put all your money on to say who's going to score more than 10 Premier League goals, Sterling's probably the top of the list, isn't it?
And you wouldn't go past £5 on that bet either. you wouldn't. You wouldn't go past £5. You think about it and go, you know, that's worth it for £1. Because I'm sure the bookies are probably going, we're going to give you a lot on that one. Yeah. Do it for £1. But you ain't doing that. You ain't putting 10, 50 pounds on that because, bruh, I don't know, man. I don't know. I know he had to get out because we know Pep is doing his cleansing, but I don't think Chelsea was the right. I think he should have gone abroad. I think
abroad. Oh, it sounds mad me saying that, but Arsenal. I think Arsenal play a football that.
You know what?
He could have bagged goals.
Yeah.
If he didn't mind if he didn't mind the Europa League business and all that, but you know what I mean, if he didn't mind that, I think stylistically, Arsenal would have been better for him. Yeah, Arsenal would have been better for him. I don't know if Man City would have sold 2 players to Arsenal, but then again, they were doing their stuff in it, so maybe they would have been like, you know, when you're selling, Man City are selling to Arsenal because they don't see them as a threat in it. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, you can have.
Yeah, but giving them Sterling and Jesus would have been a threat. You'd have start making them a little bit more dangerous.
Yeah,
slightly.
You know, do you think that if Liverpool came in for Zinchenko, bro, they might not have said nah. You know what I mean? Like, you know, even any one of their players, they ain't selling no one to Liverpool, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true.
It just goes to show they're not looking at Arsenal as a threat.
But yeah, man. So my bet is Jorginho to be top scorer at Chelsea again this season with a measly 6 or 7 goals.
What penalties? Yeah,
all penalties. He's already started. It's already started.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
Yerry Mina, but I haven't got the L soundtrack, but you know what I mean.
you know what?
Yerry
I was
Mina.
looking for that. I don't know if you saw me looking at my phone. I was trying to look for it. I was like, bro, I swear I put that. Okay, no, I actually do have it, but where is it? No, I do have it. Hold on a second.
But Yerry Mina, man, like, you know, Chelsea didn't do anything in that game, really. You know what I mean? Like, they were awful. They've been awful in pre-season. I mean, they got cooked by Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
I watched that game. I know it's only pre-season, but boy, yeah, they got fried.
It wasn't nice to.
And you go to
Everton,
Everton, a team that everyone is saying Lampard could be the first manager to get sacked. No one expects anything from Everton. I think if they made like one signing or something, or I think like even the whole summer is a bit mad. Calvert-Lewin is injured. Obviously, Richarlison's gone. You know, Dele Alli is the waste man.
They're playing open football as always.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
He is definitely either the first manager to get sacked or he's getting them relegated. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
I don't know what hope that people have on this Lampard. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Right. I don't get it at all. But anyway, Yerry Mina.
Oh no, you're saying too tackle.
No. Let's go.
You disgust me. You are one pathetic loser.
I don't have the other.
Absolutely.
I don't have the other sound. I don't even know what the other sound is.
Boy, that's enough, bro. That's enough. You know what I mean? The Yerry Mina, that was awful. That was the one goal of the game. Yeah, a horrible game, poor quality. There was one bit though that was.
Sorry, I had to check that in. I just had to check that in.
Did you see that bit where who was it? Was it Demarai Gray running at Thiago Silva? Boy, I was like, boy, I don't know if Silva's got another season in him, boy. Like, he looked like he looked like I was out there, boy. He was looking peak, fam.
Listen, he was looking at Mendy with the Kevin Hart joke, right? Saying, "Come and help me, please." I can't say the full thing. Anyone that knows Kevin Hart, he was saying, "Mendy, come and help me." Come out and go, bro.
I'm sorry. If I'm a Chelsea fan,
do something.
If I'm a Chelsea fan, I'm worried, boy. And even if I've heard the rumors about De Jong, I don't even think that changes anything because De Jong is not that creative. He's not a deep lying playmaker. Do you know what I mean?
They have Jorginho. I don't know what De Jong does.
It would just be a Jorginho that can dribble. Actually, yeah,
and that's the thing, right? Again,
come on, man.
When I was on my European scouting bit, I was watching games of De Jong, right? He doesn't work as a number 8 or have someone around him. So anyone that's watched Barcelona know Busquets was always starting because Busquets is obviously the better version. De Jong on the right hand side of him or the left hand side of him was not happy there. That's why Xavi doesn't even need him because Xavi is still going with Busquets now as a starting, right? So he doesn't really need De Jong there. So then if he comes to Chelsea and Jorginho's there and he's gone on the right-hand side, it kind of just goes, what are we doing here? You're both trying to do the same thing. So it doesn't really make a difference. And he also ruins his game. So when he's playing at Holland, that's why he looks good because he's playing in his role in the middle by himself. And then you sit there and think, how light is that midfield when Kante is not playing? Because between me and you, Kante is the one that's going to have to hold bench if De Jong is there with Jorginho and the other guy. He's got one that's going to hold the bench. How light is that midfield free? There's no battle in them.
You know what? Chelsea, I don't really. You know what? Do you remember when Chelsea were top of the league last season? Like around October or November, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Who was scoring their goals? Chilwell, Rudiger, what was it?
The right back,
Dan James. Dan James was doing a madness. Yeah. And even then we're like, bro, this is not sustainable. And obviously it wasn't. What is that going to be the formula again? Penalties and defender scoring, like.
I just want to remind Chelsea fans that you spent 90 million, almost 100 million on a striker that I said right from the start of the season was going to be an L. And he's gone on loan to Inter and he's got 90 as his shirt number.
Man said, what, the profit, yeah? This guy, bro.
I'm going to take so much enjoyment in that. Man went on loan and said, you know what, put 90 million on my back in it so I can play and win with that one. Nah.
Chelsea, I mean, You know, like what I said about Rashford, that this is a crossroads season for him. This is the season that's going to be either he can recover his career and go upwards. I mean, not that high. The ceiling ain't that high for me personally with Rashford, but you know, what I mean, you could be a good player. You know, what I mean, given
Yeah,
he
he
improves
could be a
certain
very
things.
good player.
You know, what I mean, this is a crossroads season. Another man is Havertz. You know, what I mean, this guy's been living off that Champions League
I'm
final
gonna
goal,
lie
bro.
to you. I've
You know
already
what I
written
mean?
him off. I've already written him
No,
off.
but I'm talking about in the wider, you know, the wider opinion, right?
I've already written him off.
I just don't understand him. I don't know what it is. Is he a striker, attacking mid,
Yeah. So
forward, left forward, right forward? What the hell is he? Because whatever I've seen him play, and I've seen him play in all
you're
these
never
positions,
happy.
and I ain't been
You're never
impressed
happy.
in any of
Yeah.
them.
So for me, right? I watched this guy. I watched some games of him in Germany. Right, he was always good as a number 10. Right, I know he can play multiple positions. He's built for it and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
At Chelsea, do they really play a normal number 10? Not really, right? Because they got Mason Mount, and again, it's not really a number 10. Bruv, I've already written him off. Because if you're playing him as a striker, you're never really getting a full striker.
Some people think this is mad, but to me, that's not mad, bro. Because I don't rate Havertz, bro. Like, honestly,
Listen,
I would rather have Martinelli in my team all day, bro.
Martinelli fits in a position, right? You see Martinelli, you know, you're playing on the left wing. You're never really playing him up front. Havertz, you don't know where to play him. In this Chelsea team, you don't know where to play him. And I'm not gonna lie, when they first bought him, I was just like, his talent was up there. But he's an attacking player under Tuchel, so suffering.
Yeah. All
Any attacking player under this brother is suffering. I'm saying it now. There's not one attacking player that he's gonna buy that he's gonna make good.
It's long. It's long for, and you know what, boy, I don't know, man. This and again, if we're talking about crossroads, this is a crossroads season for his manager Tuchel as well. Because a lot of people were doing the whole, and that used to annoy me. I've complained a lot about this here, about the whole phrase of people saying Klopp, Pep, and Tuchel business. And I was like, I don't know how we're saying Klopp, Pep, and then we're adding Tuchel.
You know what?
Remember last season they were saying that?
Yeah. You know what? It was the Champions League. It was
the Champions League just hype. Nah, bro.
Right,
like, he needs to prove himself. Do you know what I mean?
But anyone that saw this guy at Dortmund, anyone that saw him at PSG will know. He's always been. He's like, okay, so I'll put him. Ten Hag has got to prove himself. So let's just throw it in there. Ten Hag was winning at Ajax. It wasn't. It's not the hardest feat in the world. So I'll put my hand up. But technically, you can see what he was doing on all the rest. Tuchel is realistically, when you look at his career, is slightly underneath him, and he's in line with Poch. Him and Poch are like the same. That's in my opinion, right? I know now he's won the Champions League. People go, raw. How can you put him there? Bro, if you watch their managerial, when they're managing and the tactics and all the rest, they're about the same. They're about the same.
Like overall, Tuchel, yeah, I have question marks about him. I feel Tuchel.
I have too much question marks about him.
He can do the one-off game tactics and come out. Do you know what I mean? Like beat any team in the world. I can trust him to do give him a one-off game where he can run a tactic and he will do it. But like, give him a league season. Nah, bro, it's not.
Bro, for all my disdain about Pep and his managerial career, and he's always going to the best team in the league or a team that's already built, then spends like another £50 billion on top, right? At least when it's a marathon of a league, you can put your house on Pep doing something. Do you know what I mean? You can put a big bet on him doing something. Whereas in Champions League, when it's the one-off games and stuff, you go, he's going to do some madness and he's going to ruin it for himself, shoot himself in the foot. And then Tuchel's the complete opposite. When it's a marathon, when it's time to win 30-odd games and be that man, he ain't doing it. One-off games, like a Champions League final, but saying that though, he had 2 bites of the cherry to beat Liverpool in a cup final, and he flopped both of them.
Bro, it's long. You know what I mean? It's long. And let's not forget, yeah? Remember, was it last season? Not last season, the season before that, when they actually won the Champions League. Didn't it require some Tottenham or something to beat another team
to get Chelsea? Top 4.
for Chelsea to get top 4. This last season gone, yeah.
Excuse me.
This last season gone, it literally required the North London derby, because North London derby kicked one of them 2 teams out of the top 4 race. If them 2 teams didn't have to play each other, they might would have been dragged in and possibly, been doing
And
up Europa.
the thing is, they were so comfortable for the first part of the season in that, like, people were putting them in the mix of the title challenge and all the rest of it. And I was looking at it going, no chance. They're not quite there. But I was like, okay, well, they're doing well and all the rest. And then he just started collapsing. And I thought, okay, maybe the Champions League will save them. But obviously, my second team done a bit madness on them, and they had to kick them out.
It, man. Let's move on. Let's move on. Hey, let's move on to our second L, man. We're giving the player L, man, like Yerry Mina for that nonsense penalty he gave away against Chelsea. Let's move to the other. What was it?
This one, I have a bit of pleasure in this one.
It used to be Lampard versus Gerrard, didn't it? That used to be the debate, innit? Now they're both managers in the league. I mean, you would have to say Gerrard is a better manager. I think Gerrard is a better player as well, but that's another debate. But in any case,
I agree with both statements.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But he has to get the manager L this week, yeah, because when they were doing their business, remember when they done the early business, yeah, everyone was praising them. You know what I mean? Oh, look, Aston Villa are doing all this business. They got this team, Coutinho, Digne, da 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 da. Do you know what I mean? Wonderful. Yep. First game of the season against what is supposed to be on paper relegation fodder, yeah, newly promoted Bournemouth.
Fam.
And you
that
get done.
Game, I can't even I watched the highlights, and I'm glad. I'm annoyed I didn't watch the whole game because I really wanted to know how they got to that scoreline, how they got to that place. But you can't be losing like that to Bournemouth, man. You can't. There's no excuse, right? Don't get me wrong. It was hard to decide exactly who deserved it. Me personally, I couldn't give it to anyone else, but because that scoreline just stood out to me. I was like, really? Bournemouth? Nah. Have to give it to them. In fact, let me even look at the stats. They dominate at least the game. Did they dominate the game at least? All right, they dominate in possession, dominate in touches, dominate in passing, but didn't dominate in tackling, clearances, corners. They had more offsides. But shots on target, they had 2. Bournemouth had 3. Shots in general, Bournemouth had 7. These guys had 15.
That was hella wasteful.
Someone will tell me they deserve to win.
Nah, bro. They didn't deserve to win. They didn't deserve to win. Do you know what I mean?
And for that, this man gets the L again. Just rubbish.
Oh, I'm seeing man in there talking about my hairline. Yeah, okay. Huh? Man saying my hairline. Yeah, my hairline is what? Rob Holding's hairline. Rob Holding's artificial hairline better than my natural thing, bro. You man, all right, bro? You waste, man. Bro, show your hairline in this. What was it? Salmon Soldier, bro. I know that stuff is all the way back here, blood. Huh? You know what I mean?
No. This man always worried about his own team. Man said, chill, abs. We've got Bournemouth soon. Come on, man. Arsenal on the wave now, man. Arsenal on the wave. You should be fine. But yeah, man. Again, I just thought I'd throw that in there. But
Stevie G,
man, they had to get it. They had to get it. Stevie G had to get the L, man.
What are the games out there, man? I mean, Leeds, was it? Who came out from 2-0 behind?
I don't know, 2-0 behind. Leeds 1-0 behind. They won.
Was it Wolves? Wolves were like
Wolves lost the Leeds 2-1. It looked like a good open game. The best part of the game, though, was the argument on the on the bench after
the end,
after results, because the guy said, "Well, you didn't apologize me during the game. You're trying to apologize at the end of the match. Allow it, bro." Anyway, I don't really care about any of that. That was nothing. I'll give leagues credit because bearing in mind the season they had last season, it was quite a good win. If I remember correctly, I watched the highlights. If I remember correctly, they did quite well, and I think they have a centre midfielder now who is just epitomizes league and the way he runs, energy, and all the rest of that. But we'll see, because let's be honest, they tend to play. They're very open, so we'll see as the season wears on.
Leeds are one of the best, best teams to watch, bro. You're just guaranteed entertainment, bro. That's probably the best highlights that I saw, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right there. Brentford came back from 2-0 down against Leicester.
Yeah, it was Leicester, man. Is that another team we have to worry about? Because they were a bit mad last season, They were like,
I'm not gonna lie, I'm very surprised that they were selling Schmeichel. Very surprised by that.
I'm surprised Schmeichel wants to go to Nice. Is Nice in the Champions League or something? What's going on?
I don't remember. I need to check that.
Some bizarre business going on over there.
I didn't really go to the French league on my European tour scouting, so I have to check that one out. Excuse me. Who else? Newcastle beat Nottingham Forest. Now that for me is not really a surprise. The only benefit and joy I take from this is just seeing that Henderson you chat all your chat and then go get smoked near post in your first game. I hope that's not your rest. If your season ends that way, like you're getting smoked the whole way.
Before we go, we have to touch on that quickly still, because that interview was crazy. That Henderson interview, like it was unprovoked. It was unprovoked as well. It was just like, huh?
The thing is, can I just say this here? You're on loan with the club that took you on loan didn't even say, "Oh, we'll buy him if he does well after the loan." No, you're on loan and then you're coming back to United, but you're saying all that,
and he can't play against United, and he's talking about,
and he can't play against you. But that would have been my best game. I want to play against.
You know what? The braziest comment for me was when he said, "Oh, I didn't play my best in the training because I didn't want Ten Hag to keep me." I'm like, nah, you're taking liberty. He goes, if Ten Hag would have seen how good I am, you would have kept me and I'll be on the bench. That brother is bare entitled, like, bro. Your best season was at Sheffield United, bro. Relegation for the team, like, bro, what are we talking about here?
Handling bare shots, bro. You got. Listen, you know what cracks me up about this guy, yeah? Let's think about why he's slightly upset with United. Okay. You were told you're going to be number one. Fine. Because De Gea was having a rough patch. I think you went off because you had a kid, or you got COVID, and then you suffered from long COVID, which means it was affecting your breathing for over the time. During that period, David De Gea went back as a number one and did well. For David De Gea, of the level that we like. I mean, he did well. Let's be honest. Like, I don't rate any of me personally. I think it's time for David De Gea to leave United. You can't be paying that man that much money, and he's not really giving extra. He's giving the same that he gave last year, the year before, blah blah blah. And he's always got a mistake in him. That's another thing as well, right? You think second goal against Brighton, is that really where you want to tap the ball out? Whatever. So he's always got a mistake in him anyway, and he's passing it, blah, blah, blah. But Henderson, you had your chance. You weren't that much better. David De Gea, in a bad time, you were not that much better than him in his worst time. And in his good time, he is better than you, especially as a shot stopper, right? So you didn't get the chance. And then you have to cheat to say, "Oh, if I had trained, I didn't want to talk to Ten Hag. I didn't want Ten Hag to see my best in training because he definitely would have kept me. He would have kept you to be on number two. Let's be real about it. He would have kept you to be on number two. So where are you going? Where's the ego coming from?" But then that sense of entitlement that he has is exactly what happened to all the players in our squad last season.
Yeah.
They're all entitled dons that have won nothing. Harry Maguire wouldn't accept that he's going through a bad time. He's saying, "No, but I think I've been playing well. I've been making mistakes for 6 games in a row."
The streets are saying I should be starting instead of Maguire. Well, them ones.
What?
I've probably got better agility than him, boy. I probably can turn faster than Maguire.
Brother, the man can't spell Koulibaly, bro.
I say Koulibaly, I don't know if that's a compliment or insult, bro.
Bro. I don't even think you realize that.
Man said Koulibaly.
Bro. So you sit there and think this entitlement that he has is the problem that most of United players had last season, and Ronaldo still has now, and Rashford has now, and Bruno has now, where they've done nothing and they still think they should be number one or think they should be picked. Like, I don't get it. But now, my brother, You've now gone to another team, a team that needs you to play well because they've just been promoted. If you flop, you're coming back to us that's paying you your wages after you've just said that. It's long for man. It's long for man. I want him to perform well so that we can get 30, 40 million for him. That's it. Perform well and then be gone. I don't mind that. Perform well and you then be sayonara and you be off. But if you don't perform well, woo! Woo!
Yeah, it's long. It's long.
It's long.
Boy, it is what it is, boy. I mean, what else? What other game is left, boy? That's of any interest.
I mean, that was it, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That was
man.
basically it. Yeah, that was it. That was it. We've gone through all of them. We
That's
actually
cool.
went through all of them. Boy, next we won't be doing this next episode.
Yeah, you know them ones. Yeah, I mean, guys, before you leave, just drop a like. It's free. You know them ones there. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Listen,
Unexpected bills and problems to anyone that doesn't drop the like button in there. I'm telling you right
bro,
now.
I'm
innit?
saying
You
it
know
now.
what I mean?
Touching the stage, you get issues, bro.
You know what I mean? When you see them unexpected problems and bills, you know it's because you didn't drop the like button in it. So
You didn't
you know what
like,
I
you
mean?
didn't share, and
Yeah,
you didn't
man.
put comments, bro. There you
Exactly.
go. There you
Exactly,
go.
way. But anyway, guys,
All right.
it's been good. Catch you again next week. Later.
Yeah. Adios.
Adios.